What is going on, guys? My name is Warhammer. Welcome to another video. Now today we're gonna basically look at another game during the cycle charge against ODM clan war, and this is actually the clan leader against clan leader matchup. So Wood Elves leading by the one and only, the greatest of all time in my opinion, Ondjade or Ondjade, and he is obviously a cycle charge clan master, clan leader, and he has won so many tournaments in the past, and that's why he's also known as Ondjade the unbeatable. Anyways, now let's check the Wood Elf army first. So obviously Wood Elf has brought a lot of cavalry, a lot of archers, and deployed super wide. So we're just gonna introduce from the right flank. So 1, 2, 3 Wild Riders, and only one of them are with shields. Yes, one Wild Rider is with shields and 2 without shields, and then 2 Sisters of Thorns on each flank. At the far front there's a Glade Riders with archers basically, and these guys have magic ammunition and they have poison missile damage, which is very good. And then for the infantry, 3 units of Way Watchers, actually no, 2 units of Deepu Scouts with swift silver shots, so which basically means they're gonna double fire and they're gonna do a lot of hurt to light armored infantry, and 1 unit of Way Watchers. For the caster, we have a Spell Sinner Shadow on a horse with the Fibling Foe and Miasma, and for the leadership we have a Glady on a Forest Dragon. This is probably the most iconic generic lord in the game, because a Glady on a Forest Dragon is pretty much the best lord you can get from Wood Elves, with just Prey of Anathema, and that's it. So let's jump into the ODM side. So ODM Shidoku is also ODM clan leader, and he is actually playing Norsca, and he also deployed super wide. So we're just gonna introduce piece by piece. Alright, so first at the very front we got 2 Marauder Horsemen. Personally, I really like these guys. They are actually quite good at this matchup, because nothing on Wood Elf side will have a lot of armor. Like even the Forest Dragon only have like 50 armor, right? Yeah. So even the Forest Dragon gonna suffer a lot against those Marauder Horsemen. So definitely very good pick. And we have the Beast of Tashna, which is the Warhounds unit, Regiments of Renown. The good thing about them is they are anti-large. They have a anti-large of 14, which is quite good. They are frenzy, which means they're not gonna just rout by a charge from the Forest Dragon. They're gonna actually stand there and fight, because they are immune to psychology until their leadership is lower to 50%, and they have 50% missile resistance. This is the beauty. Like normal hounds, they only have 15. So 50 missile resistance basically means they are really resilient in terms against missiles. And now, who's gonna do the missile damage to them? Wood Elves, right? So these guys are a very good pick. And alongside with them, we got 2 more hounds on each flank. And then for the heavy hitters, we have 3 units of Skin Wolves these guys are the bread and butter of the Norscan roster. They are anti-large, they are frenzy, they are regeneration, and they also have physical resistance, and they do a ton of damage with 65, and also they have a bonus against large of 30, which is huge. And then for the infantry, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 marauders. These guys are very good. They have shield, they have a ton of health, they can just soak the archer fire all day every day. And then behind them we have 3 solid berserkers. Marauder berserkers is actually one of the best pick you can get in this matchup, because basically berserkers can kill anything on Wood Elf infantry roster with ease. For the caster, we have a familiar Battle Fiend, Shadow. So both generals decided to go with the Law of Shadow, which is very interesting. And he's rocking Arcane Conduit, Enfeebling Foe, and Miasma. And for the Lord in command here is a Marauder Chieftain Lord on a chariot. I personally really like this pick because 100 armor, shielded, and also if the Marauder Lord can get onto those archers, they're gonna decimate those archers. The chariot is gonna decimate those archers. Alright, that's the army from both sides. Let's see how this battle is gonna play out. So, right from the get-go, Sisters and the Glade Riders are just pushing in, trying to do some initial hurt. Those Warhounds are actually currently hidden, which is kinda nice. And there you go. I believe that was targeting those World Horsemen. Yeah. And there's a Miasma casted onto one of the Glade Riders, and the Warhounds is gonna just charge outside and catch them. This is a very dicey situation here. And then Shidoku actually decided to just give up, because I believe that, I'm not sure why he's not committing at the chase. Maybe he decided that the speed is not enough to catch those Glade Riders. Meanwhile here, the Skin Wolves actually managed to got in melee with those Sisters. But the thing is, right now, Sisters have 85 speed, and these guys only have 57. So you don't really want to keep chasing, because you're just gonna take archer fire at the back. So Shidoku is actually pulling back as well. But right now, Norsca just slowly pushing out a little bit, just doing. I'm not too sure. I think a better situation would be just slowly push your infantry while doing this back and forth skirmishing. Because right now all your infantry is still not really pushing out, and also the ideal target to soak those arrows are these Marauders. You don't want to use your Marauder Horsemen and your Skin Wolves to soak up those arrows, right? There you go, finally Norsca infantry is moving up. Alright. And on the other hand, already shifted his line a little bit. Like, while I was just talking, he actually managed to gather those Way Watchers and these scouts to just basically shift them all into one flank, which is very clever, because here there's a huge gap you can work with, and if those Way Watchers still just there, those Skin Wolves and the Hounds, if they're pushing, they're gonna just catch them and just kill them. So slowly pushing your basically maneuver your infantry on one side and looking to basically work with the space here is very clever. Alright, Sisters are still just coming in, trying to do some hurt, and then they got casted a Miasma again, lower 24% of the speed, and right now they're gonna get caught. That's unfortunate. and there's another miasma casted onto those Norscan Warhounds as well. But together, these guys gonna beat Sisters. On the flank here, Forest Dragon actually managed to dive onto those infantry, got some hurt, and then she's gonna pull out. But the thing is, this is an ideal fight for Wood Elves. You have all these archers here to cover, and also you have your Warriors and Sisters of Thorn to cover here as well. So you have a Forest Dragon to cause terror. You just basically those Skin Wolves are just gonna get deleted straight away. And I believe there was a Prayer of Venus Mirima casted onto them as well. I'm not too sure. And on the flank, Sisters of Thorn still just trying to get away, but these guys gonna catch them, I think. And those Warriors after some engagement right now is about to pull back this way as well, same as the spells in the Shadowcaster. And here at the back, these Warriors actually managed to basically kill off that Norscan Warhound unit. And then they are engaged with those Skin Wolves, which is not really a good fight. But I guess those Warriors actually got the charge of. That's why Skin Wolves are losing the ground. But the thing is, those Marauder Horsemen still just tossing javelins onto Warriors. So this is gonna be an even fight in my opinion. But right now, doesn't look like it. So basically, those Skin Wolves are gonna get routed. I believe they missed the charge. That's the why. That's the reason why. And here in the center, those Skin Wolves actually got decimated as well by the Goon Squad. And now look at all these Norscan infantry still just very slowly maneuvering this direction. And here, Sisters are just kind of slowly dying to those Norscan Warhounds and the Skin Wolves. But here in the center pocket, Norscan is not really doing so hot. Already, one unit of Marauders and one unit of Skin Wolves got routed. And Berserkers and Marauders, while they're moving in, still taking a lot of archer shots. And that Marauder Chieftain needs to just pull back a little bit before get sniped. And here, this is the fight I really don't understand. Because I think I missed the initial charge. I think those wolves actually got charged down by those Warriors after Warriors actually decimate those Warhounds. But the thing is, this is the fight Norscan should have won. Because you got 3 units against 1 unit. You should have won that fight engagement there. But finally, these Sisters are gonna get chased outside the map, which is a win for Norscan. And let's put back to normal speed. And right now, Wood Elves are just making a turn here, just shifting everything this direction, and all of a sudden, there you go. That's another great charge from those Warriors. These Warriors are really on point. Like they're about to dive into those Norscan Warhounds, and these Skin Wolves needs to just push in straight away. But the thing is, there's another unit of Soul Sisters coming in hot, and I believe these guys need to push in to support this engagement as well. Anyways, so Scouts and Weight Watchers are still just peppering down those Berserkers, while the Warhounds and the Skin Wolves are just quickly dying to the Sisters and the Warriors, which is not an ideal situation here, definitely. And then in the center pocket here, these Marauders got just picked off by those Wood Elf Cavalry as well. And those wolves just got shattered completely with the support of Forest Dragon, and thanks also to those Warriors. And here, those Skin Wolves actually managed to do some hurt onto those 2 Knights unit, which is very effective. Because Skin Wolves, they are very good against Wood Elf Cavalry, but you need to really have the charge bonus. And I don't really like the situation here, because all these units are not supposed to be stationary. They need to just basically use the Marauders in the front to chase those archers and pushing in those berserkers as well, because berserkers are quite fast. And yeah, Wood Elves just doing a full retreat here towards this direction, and Norscans are just consolidate in the forest here. Meanwhile, all these units just get completely picked apart by the Forest Dragon. I really don't like the situation here, because you're basically given another 2 units for free. Because the thing is, once those units rout, and if you don't have the field control, they're just gonna get escorted outside the map. And this situation here is really bad, really the worst for Norscans. Because these 2 units just gonna come in straight away and decimate those Marauders. And the archers are still just kiting very efficiently, and the Norscans are still just giving a chase, but this infantry really needs to just push the pace. Forest Dragon actually got caught a little bit here. Now Forest Dragon can't really get onto the air. And there you go, Warriors this time gonna get rid of those Warhounds one thing for all. And these guys are coming to shoot as well. All of a sudden, right now, right here, this is not an ideal fight for Norscans as well. So, like, I think Norscans brought a lot of stuff this game, but Norscans just basically giving them up one by one, slowly, which is really, I don't really want to watch the situation. And here, right now, all of a sudden the battlefield looks completely just shift sides, because Norsca start off on this side, and right now Norsca is on the other side, and Wood Elf started on this side and just made a huge turn, and right now Wood Elf occupied this side of the map, which is very interesting to watch. Those Marauder Horsemen actually did a lot of damage onto that Forest Dragon, which is very good. And right now on the battlefield, Norscans only have 1 healthy Skin Wolves left, 1 Marauder Horseman, 1 Warhound, but still both Caster and Lord still online, and still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units of infantry, and these 2 infantry needs to push out as well. I really don't like them just stationary like that. And those units are actually a little bit out of position as well, about to get caught, and that's not a great situation, definitely. And here that Forest Dragon is gonna take a lot of damage from this Marauder Horseman. And now Marauder Horsemen actually commit into melee, which is a nice move, because they can shoot while moving. And with the support of Skin Wolves, they can actually pin those oh, never mind. Forest Dragon actually took off, and there's a prey of an Asprima casting down to the Skin Wolves. Right now, this wolf's gonna get deleted. There you go, Glady just coming back in with a big terror bomb. That's gonna affect everybody here. And if these Skin Wolves gone, that's basically all of the Norscan mobile units. There you go, now they're gone. Oh no, the Marauder Chieftain actually came in as well, but this is not a situation you want to just dive in alone. Right now, all these archers are targeting the Marauder Chieftain, and that Forest Dragon is about to dive in onto them again. And here, these archers are still kiting, and those Deep Wood Scouts still have a lot of ammo left. There you go, Forest Dragon is considering diving, but with the support of those Warhounds, I don't think she's gonna take out the Marauder Chieftain straight away. And these guys are actually the only answer for the Forest Dragon on the Norsca side, they can still do a lot of damage onto that Forest Dragon if macroed correctly. Now finally those Berserkers is about to catch those archers. But the thing is, with those cavalry charging in, they're just gonna get decimated once more, which is pretty bad. The Forest Dragon, I believe, is going to dive into this blob here. And the story of the day is just Wood Elves keep kiting, Norsca keep chasing. And here Norsca is looking to consolidate once again, and just basically get everything in a formation. But that lady still have a lot of ammo left, and now she's committed to snipe the Marauder Chieftain. And those Berserkers are out of position as well. They're about to get picked apart. And now Norsca needs to just pushing. There you go. Those Marauder Horsemen is gonna do some damage until completely dodged most of it, which is nice. That's a sick move. And we still have those Warriors at the back, just observing from distance. And the other thing I would like to mention about Ondjade is that he's actually not putting these guys on auto fire. He's actually manually toggling on and off those auto fire, which is really good. And there's another Prey of Anas Rima casted onto the Marauder Chieftain, and I think Forest Dragon is about to dive onto him. And these are Weight Watchers. That Marauder Chieftain is taking a lot of damage right now. That's a bad situation. No, don't dive. Don't dive into the Weight Watchers. No. Now the Forest Dragon is about to come in for the kill now. There you go. Big charge. Double hit. Marauder Chieftain gone. Just like that. And then he just completely shattered. And now I don't think there's a comeback for Norsca, because basically all your mobile units are gone, and that caster is gonna get sniped up by the Glade Bolt on the Forest Dragon. If the caster gone, all you have left is just those infantry, and they are very easily abusable by the Forest Dragon. And also these guys still have ammo left. Just pay attention. They can still just shoot, like they can still dish out a lot of damage. There you go. And the caster is just gonna die to the lady, and that's it. At this point, the game is over. So, as we dive onto the scorecard, this was a crazy battle. It has a lot of stages, but the story was Shidoku pushing in, a little bit hesitated, and got some units got picked apart by Ondjade, and slowly and very patiently as well by Ondjade as well. Like he's not really actively trying to make a move. And on the other hand, he's actually patiently waiting for Shidoku to make a move while just doing the skirmishing battle. And once one or two units out of the position, then Ondjade just picked them apart, and slowly but surely and just whittle down all these mobile units of Norsca brought. So yeah, that was just amazing. Like initially when I watched this battle, I was like, there was no way with the Wood Elf roster Ondjade brought, there's no way that they're gonna fend off against this kind of Norsca army, because just look at the sheer size of this army. Just imagine if Shidoku just really pushing the pace, get everything involved, and just do like a gigantic wraparound, or maybe, because with this many units you can definitely just basically swarm the wood elves from all different angles and just really need to commit. I think Shidoku just hesitate a little bit, and in terms of trying to avoid taking fire, but at the same time you need to understand that sometimes you just gotta commit, because if you hesitate too much, eventually you're just gonna get whittled down. So yeah, that was the battle. I think I was quite impressed with this battle, and this was definitely one of the most closest battle during the clan war, and I had a blast watching this replay. I hope you guys like it, and for now, Oracle Boss signing off.